and to try and convince his fan base that he is the biggest victim the music industry has ever seen, and really make it this entire stunt he is trying to pull off even worse. The only thing he even remotely song Nokia. And now when it comes to the fact that despite Nokia being the most successful move Drake has made since the entire beef by far, yet the track cannot break past the strongholds of Kendrick Lamar's songs dominating everything, including the entire reason this song is doing anything right now is completely fake, because we're not going to do what Drake and OVO are constantly doing to Kendrick. But what has become clear is that Drake is not even hiding how he had to put more work and seemingly fake more than he ever has to get this song that's already charting downwards to do this well, as first off, when it comes to the claims about the record being on fake playlists that are boosting streaming numbers, the song is on a...
Yo, what's going on YouTube? What's going on? We're back with another banger. Yes, sir. Now, today's video, we got how Drake got caught faking his own streaming numbers. Come on, man. Come on, Drake, bro. This shit's getting crazy. But if you're new here, don't forget that big red subscribe button and that like button. We're on the road to 400 subscribers, and we're trying to hit it by the end of April. Gang, today is March 10th. And at the time of this recording, we're at 324 subscribers. We're going absolutely insane. Gang, I know 80 of you guys can hit that subscribe button, and we can go absolutely insane and hit 400 subscribers before our end date. Now, that being said, let's go ahead and see what Fantastic Hip Hop has to say on Drake faking his streaming numbers. Let's get it.
Now, currently with Drake, when he is not busy embarrassing himself with the ridiculous lawsuit that he keeps escalating, the other major thing him and OVO are trying to do is desperately convince people that his new song Nokia is the hit track that music has needed right now. And while Drake and everyone around him are doing everything they can to try and trick people into believing that this song is the real organic smash record at the moment compared to all of Kendrick Lamar's tracks that are dominating the top charts, which of course with those songs they are trying to claim that they have all been boosted up to only create the mere illusion that they are as big as they are. Well, after all of the confusion that Drake has been trying to spread, all to make his own song look better and of course make Kendrick's look worse. When it comes to both Kendrick Lamar's tracks being more deserving chart toppers than anything else we have seen in so long, and at the same time, even the moderate success we are seeing with Nokia having something very clearly wrong with it going on behind the scenes. Right now, we just got all the confirmation we needed to say with certainty that despite Drake's claims about Kendrick Lamar being put in place by the industry to stop him, and that the numbers Kendrick Lamar is pulling in are just a lie, in actuality, we now know that Drake has been the one who is faking his influence and lying to everybody at the same time. And now, before we go any further into this...
Come on, bro.
True vision.
Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And so now, with that said, when it comes to Drake, as we now have seen Drake do whatever he can to try and convince his fan base that he is the biggest victim the music industry has ever seen, and really make it this entire stunt he is trying to pull off even worse, the only thing he even remotely cares about is trying to defeat Kendrick Lamar and discredit his success.
One thing I will say about Drake, if y'all haven't watched the documentary on Drake, the hour-long documentary we reacted to about Drake's life by Swamp Stories, bro, I guarantee y'all need to go and watch that video, a reaction on that video. Click the channel, go find it. It's literally uploaded 3 days before this video. So, bro, Drake got them goons behind him. I will say that, bro. He got them steppers behind him, bro. They ain't been paying him off, but he got them behind him. I will say that.
Yes, however,
check out that reaction, bro.
Really, when it comes to Drake being able to use the fans who are just as desperate for a win as he has become, the only thing he has left to do, other than bother everybody with annoying paperwork, is push the one record from SSS for You that has kind of stuck with people in, of course, the song Nokia. And now when it comes to the fact that despite Nokia being the most successful move Drake has made since the entire beef by far, yet the track cannot break past the strongholds of Kendrick Lamar's songs dominating everything, including Not Like Us, Luther, Squabble Up, and a few amount of other tracks depending on which chart we are exactly talking.
Bro, do y'all see that? Not Like Us is finally starting to go down in streaming numbers. That's why you see the red arrow pointing down, was because it's starting to go down in streaming numbers. I don't know what this sideways arrow means, where it's going, you know, like this and like this. I have no idea, but the green arrow, I know the stream numbers are going up. When the red arrow is going down, that means the stream numbers are going down. That's why it's dropping place all the way to third. I believe it used to be second with Luther, like going back and forth fighting, but now it's dropping down, you know, doing its shit. It's going slowly going down, but it's still not above. You know, Drake's song is still not nowhere near the top 8. You feel me? Like, this shit is crazy.
Talking about? Well, Drake would want you to believe that Kendrick's success is all just another intentional effort to shut him out of the industry. And of course, we keep hearing that same narrative over and over again from his desperate fans, as in order to cope with the fact that a rapper is breaking records like we have never seen, they just keep resorting to the argument that Kendrick is getting all of these new listeners from fake plays and playlists because it's just so hard for them to accept reality. Well, now, despite all of the tedious conversation and coping that we have seen, no longer do all of us just know that Kendrick's success is about as real as it can possibly get. But now for Drake and all of the people who don't want to accept that they have lost in every single sense of the word, and in reality now, Kendrick is the one who numbers-wise Drake will never even creep up to. Altogether, we now know more than ever that Drake has been lying to every single one of us and making up all of the claims he has about Kendrick Lamar and his fake numbers, all because he is upset that Lamar is just doing more on Rap's throne than he has ever been able to. And this is because after all of the baseless claims about whose numbers are real and whose numbers are not, recently, none other than Spotify just checked their entire platform for music that was faking streams and had any sort of manipulation going on behind the scenes, and for anything that they detected was up. Those numbers were wiped away from those records entirely. And now with Spotify checking this out, this is where things start to get bad for Drake, because despite people around him like current go-to producers in Gordo believing that Drake could never fail this much and Kendrick couldn't succeed the way he had, and they have tried to spread the word about this to everyone by putting up cryptic messages about how the truth will come to light. Well, now with Spotify cleaning up their entire streaming records, I guess to Gordo's point, the truth has come to light, but in a way where Drake and everybody around him are not gonna like what they are gonna see, because more than ever, in a music industry that is seemingly trying to get rid of all of the manipulation.
Bro, if Kendrick was faking his streaming numbers, my nigga, this shit would have been came to light a long time ago. Do y'all see how well Kendrick Lamar is doing right now? Bro, if he was faking his numbers, don't y'all think that shit would have got exposed a long time ago, before the Super Bowl, before he dropped an even bigger album and more songs? I mean, not an even bigger album, but more songs. You feel me? Come on now. That shit would have been got deaded. He would have been got exposed, and we would have been talking about him in all these videos instead of Drake. You feel me? And Drake would have been talking shit and going crazy online about Kendrick. Because he would have been like, oh, I told y'all I won the beef, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Like, come on now. This shit's crazy.
Going on behind the scenes. Spotify adjusted a ton of song streaming numbers, and because of this, a lot of songs lost streams because they were caught having artificially boosted numbers, which is of course what Drake has been trying to prove with Not Like Us. And now while certain artists, and even rappers specifically like Cardi B, lost hundreds of millions of streams, which just shows how fake some things in this industry we see are, with everything that Drake and his team...
Damn, Cardi B. Y'all saying Cardi B faking her streams? Ooh, boy.
Have been trying to claim about how fake all of the numbers around Kendrick Lamar are. Not a single thing about Kendrick Lamar's numbers were altered one bit by any of this, which once and for all is just putting Drake's claims about the entire success of Not Like Us and Kendrick Lamar's ascension in the music industry being faked, and this pre-planned effort to end his career in a more ridiculous context than it ever has looked. Because with all of the Kendrick Lamar songs not being altered at all after this entire check that Spotify had, Drake's claims about the industry pushing Not Like Us and GNX and boosting those numbers within the worst ways possible overall have just never sounded more baseless altogether. And with Kendrick's numbers being undeniable when Drake fans and OVO have been making plans and efforts to make his music look like it's performing better than it really is, it's really just the funniest thing. And ultimately, what this entire moment is going to have to show every single person around Drake is that despite the ridiculous claims they are pushing and trying to build up about this major plot to end Drake's career, which is being pushed more and more each day by having Kendrick Lamar's streaming numbers go up, all of this has been earned and is...
So Drake did all this to make other streaming platforms be like, okay, hold on. Let's check our platforms real quick and streaming numbers to see what's going on, see if anybody's faking their shit, see if Kendrick or Drake is faking their shit, just so we can put this shit to bed, so people can stop tagging us and asking us if what Drake is saying is true. Then they do it, show Drake, oh, nigga, all his numbers are 100% facts, straight, good. But all these other artists, oh, they faking they shit, so we gonna drop they shit. They about to lose hella money. You feel me? and then they slowly about to get exposed for it too. This shit's crazy. Drake did all this for Kendrick Lamar, but back in snitched on all these other artists and fucked up they bag. Damn.
Is not faked, and they just can't keep denying this anymore.
Imagine
no
you had
matter
nothing
how
to do
hard
with
they
the situation,
try. And now,
and Drake said some
unfortunately
shit
for
like this to
everybody
fuck up
around
your
Drake,
bag,
Kendrick
'cause you
Lamar's
faking your
numbers were
numbers.
not just proven to be more
Crazy.
than real. But when it comes to the last thing that Drake has had going for with him when it comes to his actual own music, which is the song Nokia. While everyone around Team Drake and OVO has been claiming that this song's success is so organic and that nothing about it is fake, which of course they are trying to position like that as the opposite of what's happening with Kendrick Lamar and records like Not Like Us and Luther, this is just not the case. And now I'm not saying that the entire reason this song is doing anything right now is completely fake, because we're not going to do what Drake and OVO are constantly doing to Kendrick. But what has become clear is that Drake is not even hiding how he had to put more work and seemingly fake more than he ever has to get this song that's already charting downwards to do this well. As first off, when it comes to the claims about the record being on fake playlists that are boosting streaming numbers, the song is on a good amount of those. And again, as this is something that Drake fans have loved to pull out on Kendrick Lamar and his success, this just shows that Drake is really not that different from the person they think Kendrick is. And now also beyond this, and this is where this situation gets much more complicated, there are also claims that Drake put out an entire campaign where he recruited major influencers and others to make dance trends to this songs all over platforms, and just made people play it in their...
Wait a minute. So, you're telling me right now that Drake paid a bunch of well-known influencers to make a dance to make this shit go viral, to make it get bigger stream numbers? There's no way, bro. Drake, you are not that down bad to where you're actually paying niggas to make your streams go better. This is actually getting insane, bro. Drake never had to do some shit like this, bro, to make his stream numbers get better. That shit's insane. There's no way.
Content to establish this record as a bigger song and moment than anything else Drake has had in quite some time. While some of this seems to be true, I could not find anything directly beyond just users talking about it. But with that said, while there is no direct information about how Nokia has been able to become the first kinda successful thing Drake has done, what is clear is that when you look at specific personalities, from Kai Cenat to the Paul brothers to a lot of other big names within those spaces, there has been a recent sentiment change around Drake and his music, and looking at Kai Cenat specifically, because he really reveals the most about what's going on here. I mean, from seeing his reaction when Not Like Us dropped, and even from Drake including him in his suit, to now seeing how much he has been dissing Kendrick Lamar and just overhyping.
Bro, like, Drake, you got your favorite basketball player, LeBron James, listening to your ops music, bumping it, making videos, going on live, posting everything about it. You diss him in some music a long time ago, right? This is long reactions, plenty of reactions ago, right? Those of y'all that know that have been keeping up with this, staying updated every reaction we drop against Drake and Kendrick Lamar, you feel me? This nigga been losing everybody, bro. Anybody that wants to fucking listen to his ops music, this nigga disses. I'm pretty sure he's about to fucking diss Kai Cenat next, or stop fucking with him. You feel me?
Drake's new album as a whole, and specifically Nokia. Overall with Kai, something has clearly changed behind the scenes with him and Drake, and now between this pattern we see right here, and also the fact that we know Drake has a history of doing some things behind the scenes, as we know he was using fake numbers to try and change the narrative during his beef with Kendrick, as beyond Kendrick's own bars telling us this, when the diss tracks were coming out, we saw through polls before actual people had time.
My nigga, how are you about to tell Kendrick Lamar that his numbers are fake, but then say you're faking your streaming numbers? My nigga, what is going on? That shit makes no sense, bro. Bro, that's like both of us being artists. Whole time I'm faking my numbers, making a bag. We get into a beef, you win the beef, so I get mad and say you're faking your numbers. But the whole time I'm faking mine, so it fucks my bag up as well. But you're not faking nothing. Nigga, what?
time to voice how they felt about
Come
what songs
on,
were
bro.
better,
What?
that Drake was able to fake things and make diss tracks that nobody actually thought were better than Kendrick's, seemed to have better reception in an effort to try and change the perception of the beef.
That's
before
so
it was
corny,
too
bro.
big, but of course that didn't work. And I mean, what's clear with all of this
Yeah, it
is that
didn't work,
Drake
'cause
has
all you gotta do
definitely
is really
played the
look at the
system within a
numbers.
way like he would never want to admit, and making it even worse for him. He's also doing the exact same things that he's claiming that Kendrick is using to get success in the first place. And so overall with this, when we look at this moment on the charts where Kendrick Lamar is just breaking record after record and Drake has one song that, while it is his best in a while in terms of its performance, is doing nothing to rival Kendrick whatsoever. From Kendrick Lamar's numbers clearly being real, which we now can't just tell from how hip-hop and music culture has changed alongside the success of these songs, but now we have an actual way to prove it, as these numbers were not changed whatsoever. From Drake clearly doing stuff behind the scenes to push Nokia more than he has ever tried to push a record in his career. Overall, what is clear is that in this rap game where the real music is lasting and the gimmicks are fading away more and more, Drake is the one who was trying to grasp onto his past success with ridiculous methods that are just spelling out that he
I mean, I kind of do agree with Fantastic right there, right before I paused. It does seem like Drake is trying to grip on to his old success. Bro, we moved on from that. You feel me? You now in a whole beef, doing a whole bunch of extra corny shit because you lost the beef. So now niggas aren't fucking with you no more. And less and less and less and less and less and less because you keep doing more different shit every day. You feel me? Every day, bro. Like, why are you doing this corny ass shit? This don't make no sense. My nigga, just go ghost. I say it every video, bro. Go ghost.
has never been more desperate, and that things behind the scenes are not like we see them. And really with all of this, Drake really just has to admit that he is no longer number one, because he is not just trying to discredit Kendrick Lamar, but he is then using the same methods he is saying are helping Kendrick, but still losing with those. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, and when it comes to the fact of why Kendrick Lamar is winning the way he is, stuff like this is the exact reason why hip-hop has moved on from Drake and why people don't want this anymore, because over everything else, we are now in a time where the record itself and its cultural impact speaks more than anything else can. And again, while Drake is trying to discredit Kendrick and say that everything he is doing is fake, but when you see how Kendrick Lamar, this beef, and its outcome has become so relevant that it's been mentioned in places so much further than just hip-hop, as whether that's from Will Ferrell during Saturday Night Live's 50th anniversary special, or Conan during the Oscars, which of course Drake and his fans were not happy about the joke he made there. Overall, what is clear is that the moment of Not Like Us and Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show has been so successful that it has transcended hip-hop and regular music spaces as a whole. And with all of this real and earned success, while at the same time everything around Drake has not just looked worse, but even his moderate successes are clearly a little faked, Drake really just needs to come up with a better plan, because at this point, there is nobody he is fooling by lying to us like this. And so now with all this said, let me know. What do you think of what's happened with Drake here? How his big claim against...
This shit right here is crazy. The big claim against Kendrick Lamar saying he's faking his numbers the whole time you're faking yours is absolutely insane. Y'all let me know how y'all thinking down below in the comments on what's going on with Drake and how he is faking his own streaming numbers but out here claiming other people's faking theirs. This shit's crazy, bro. I'll catch y'all tomorrow at 3 p.m. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're on the road to 400 subscribers, and we're trying to hit it before the end of April. That being said, I'll catch y'all on the next one. We gone.